It's a show. It's a podcast show. Welcome to the Julie Cross Podcast Show. Empowering, energising and entertaining. Hi friends, Julie Cross here. Wanted to talk a little bit about stress today because it's something that we hear a lot about. You know, I'm feeling stressed or I'm feeling overwhelmed, with anxiety, depression, and that kind of relates back to feeling stressed. And I just heard this great analogy on stress and I thought it was really relevant, and it kind of, for me, made me realise why it's important to set things down for a little while. So I read somewhere that when you pick up a glass of water in your hand, it's really not hard to hold it out in front of you. It's quite easy to do. You pick up the water, you hold it out in front of you. But if you have to keep holding it there for an indefinite period of time, and the longer you hold it, it starts getting really heavier and harder to hold. Keep holding it and you'll eventually drop it, or actually have the urge to smash it on the floor purposely because it's so painful to hold and it starts creating great stress. But if you could just set it down for a little while, you know that you'll have the strength to pick it up again and hold it for a while again. And that was really relevant to me in the first time that I had Thomas go to camp. It was some 5 or 6 years after Flash had passed away, and then Thomas went away for his first legacy camp, which was 6 nights away. So, there'd been a long time since I'd been able to set the cup down, and I've got to tell you, there were many times I wanted to smash it on the floor and scream and yell, and there were times I probably did do that, and it had gotten so hard to hold. And so in those 6 nights of having autism out of the house, I got to set the glass down for 6 nights. I got to put it down. And so that doesn't mean I didn't stress a little bit about how he was going to go on camp. Will he talk to anybody? Will he eat anything? Have I done enough in preparation and all that? And I had to really surrender to that. But once he left, I had to consciously decide that I had set the cup down, and so do not sit around feeling sad or guilty. It was okay. I don't have to listen to these traffic light stories. I don't have to walk around on eggshells. I'm allowed to enjoy this time. And I very much had that same experience last year when I went to Africa. And this time I had 16 days away. That was the longest amount of time I'd had outside of my life for 14 years since Flash had his massive stroke and then passed away. So for 14 years I had never had that length of time to set the glass down for that length of time. And I truly did do that while I was in Africa for that 16 days. I truly set the glass down, and I didn't think about the glass. I didn't, wonder about the glass. I really didn't. And it took some work to do that, but I really sat in that space on that truck on my safari, enjoying totally where I was at. And that is what then gives you the energy to pick up the glass when you get back, to pick up your life when you get back, your work, whatever that is, your family, the things that, although, are wonderful, can cause you great stress. That's what gives you the energy to do that again. In fact, I couldn't wait to see the glass when I got back. And so let us give ourselves permission to put the glass down every now and again, whether that be taking some time out with your work. If you're an entrepreneur, you work for yourself, I know what that's like. You've really got to schedule that setting the glass down time, because it's always in your head and you feel like you've always got your finger on the glass or your hand half held in the glass. But you really need to set it down every now and again. As mothers, parents, we need some time away from our family at times, whether that just be a few hours a day, an overnighter. But give yourself permission to set the glass down, because it is stressful, and that's the truth of it. If you're going to keep holding it and you never get to set it down, it will get heavy. No matter how easy it is at the start, it gets heavy to hold. So allow yourself to set it down for a little while, and then you will have the strength to pick it back up again. Self-care, it is so important. Look after yourselves. I'll see you next time. Would you like a little bit more sparkle? Then you're invited to download a free poster at juliecross.com.au.